Welcome back. President Trump gave his first address of his second term to Congress last Tuesday. Among those attending, Cara Satalino. She lives in the 1st Congressional District and was Congressman John Larson's guest at President Trump's speech. Cara, welcome to CT25.
Thank you.
So you live in Berlin, and I want to talk about why you were selected, but let's just kind of talk about what actually happened. So how did you find out that Congressman Larson wanted to bring you as his guest?
I received a call on Friday morning, and I was a little bit shocked, but very honored to go.
So tell me what the experience was like. Take us through, what it was. Where did you have to? Did you have to be there real early? Was there security? Did you see it? How did it all work?
Yeah, it was wonderful. I was able to go right to Congressman Larson's office and spend some time with him and do a few interviews. And then we went to the gallery, or I'd say around 7:45. And I got seated and I was able to just kind of take it all in.
So what was that like as you sit there? And like I said, I do want to talk about why you were there because you have a great story to tell. But what was it like to see it with your own eyes? So many of us watched it from home and have watched so many of those speeches at home, as I'm sure you have in the past. What was it like to see that speech with your own eyes?
I mean, it was definitely an experience of a lifetime. And I don't think it matters what side of the aisle you're on. If you're invited to something like this, you're absolutely going to say, yes, I would love to go. There was a lot to listen to. He had some wonderful guests, and I was really honored to be there and just be a part of it.
I always wonder, I've never been in the chamber in Congress for that's one of those speeches. And I always wonder, it is so partisan, as you say, which side of the aisle you're on. And there was a lot made of, Democrats didn't even clap when some of the guests were mentioned by name. And of course, in the past, there's been times where people on the other side of the aisle were, making outbursts and stuff. What was it like to be there? Is it both a historical thing and also a little bit awkward with all that political tension kind of building up in that room?
It was definitely, it was something to watch. I feel that, I was there really for my daughter and for the cause that I believe in. And I know everybody else in the gallery had something that they believed in also. So I think it was just something to just take in, and in the gallery, I think we were all very cautious about the reactions we were making and how we were presenting ourselves. I'm not sure that we would have been given as many warnings as some of the members because we were guests. So I wanted to just make sure that I was respectful and really just do due diligence to my cause.
All right, well, let's talk about that cause. Your daughter, Cecilia, 12 days old, am I right, when she was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis?
Yeah, we got the call that that there was a chance that she had CF and we needed to go for further testing. And that was the turnaround for that was pretty quick. So, yeah.
And she's 9 now?
She's 9 and she's thriving and amazing and smart and funny. And we're very, very lucky to have her in our lives. And we're very, very lucky that we've got the supports in our community and with our care center and Cystic Fibrosis Foundation to be able to get her to where she is today.
And that's a big part of why you were selected. You said earlier with one of your comments, doesn't matter which side of the aisle. Well, of course, Congressman Larson is on one side of the aisle, and it's a different side of the aisle from the current occupant of the White House. And so he brought you because funding that was cut by Trump and perhaps by Elon Musk's new government agency, that is something that your daughter really relies upon, right?
We are in a shelter-in place. I'm at school right now. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Do you want me to ask the question again?
Yes, please.
All right. So some of the funding that your daughter has helped your daughter to thrive is something that President Trump and Elon Musk and his new government agency put a freeze on. Is that right? And that's why you were invited?
So, yeah. So I am a member of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. I'm on the board here. And one of the things that we are really, really proud of is the partnership that we have with the NIH and the FDA and being able to get 16 CF therapies approved. And 5 of those have really um, been super important in treating the underlying cause of CF. My daughter was a little younger than 2 when she was asked to be a part of a medical trial that tests one of those medications. Um, and we went back and forth with whether or not to let her do it because we were very nervous. But our CF community is very it's tiny but mighty. And so I had a lot of connections across the country, and I reached out to some other parents who had had their children participate in trials, and I was reassured that nothing harmful would happen. And we are just so lucky. The experience we had, the researchers and nurses and doctors were just wonderful, and they truly cared about her and they wanted to know how she was reacting to the medicine. So they were very careful with dosing and just wanted to make sure that they were making the right decisions for my daughter and the people who would be benefiting from this medicine. And because of Cecilia's participation in that trial and thousands of other participants in trials before her, this medication was able to be approved down for babies who are 1 month old. And when Cecilia was diagnosed in that initial diagnosis meeting, hearing that she could start a medicine at 1 month of age and 2 weeks from that diagnosis date would have been so much more reassuring to me as a parent because CF is a progressive disease.
Well,
And at the time in that diagnosis meeting, I was really nervous about what could happen in the time
of
between
course.
now or then and when she could start that medicine.
Well, of course, and the progress that's been made is just incredible. And of course, that's why Congressman Larson wanted you there, because of that funding, and perhaps that some other parent could benefit from it. Only about 30 seconds left, but just real quick, the good news is the life expectancy for someone with CF it's gone up by decades, right? Give us real quick.
Decades since she was born in 2015. The life expectancy at that point was 37 years, and now we're up to 61 years. So, and that's not everybody. That's the median life expectancy age, but that's huge. It's huge. It's almost 30 years.
It is. Well, we appreciate your insight and to tell us what it was like to be in the chamber for that speech, and also, of course, to advocate for the cause that got you there in the first place. Cara Satalino, thank you so much for being with us here on CT25.
Thank you.